All right, welcome back. Another episode, the Restoration Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Burak Erdem, and as always, my guest, Keith Lewis, the founder of the Restoration Entrepreneur. Welcome, Keith. How are you?
Hey, Brock. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming in to talk to me again, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man. I really want to dive into it. I don't want to waste anyone's time because a lot of things to cover today. So let me ask first question. What service does the restoration entrepreneur offer to restoration business owners, and how do they assist in different stage of a business life cycle?
Our program, we call it a program, but essentially what we're doing is just coaching anybody from a startup to, up to a $10 million business. So both myself and my partners have combined 50 years experience in restoration and construction and estimating. So what we've done is try to um, look from 30,000 feet at what's going on. And we start to see the funny part is a lot of businesses have the same problems. Not all the problems can be solved the same way, but for example, a marketing problem for somebody in Minneapolis, Minnesota, it may not be the same solution for somebody that has a marketing problem in Dallas, Texas. And we've learned that the hard way. So we can help people get to the finish line and get bigger faster. Of course, sometimes there's still some testing, unfortunately, but every market's different. I mean, we've even had people on different sides of Minneapolis come to us and not be able to use the same marketing techniques and not the same growth strategies. So you'll be able to bounce some ideas off us and find out what works faster and more cost effectively. So, we've got a lot of people on board that are kind of a guy in a truck, and they've grown to be a very reasonably sized business. And we also have guys that came to us with a $6 million business that wanted to grow to 10. So we've worked with different stages of businesses and even some people that are right in between that just want to streamline their business, pull out more profitability, and find some ways to get from, say, 2 to 3 million or 2 to 4 million.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And how does the Restoration Entrepreneurs TPA program benefit restoration business owners, and what advantages does it provide, such as outsourcing admin task or tapping into expert knowledge?
It's really all the above, and both Corey and I, who, if you take our TPA program, you would meet Corey. He's got a very interesting background. He's literally written a book about how to get TPAs more productive. And again, when I say the guy wrote the book, I mean, he's got several 40 and 50-page PowerPoints on steps to get a better TPA POM score. So it's kind of miraculous what recommendations he can make, So he's basically summed it up to your POM score. He's worked with a lot of guys who, for example, may have been with Contractor Connection or whoever. It doesn't really matter. He understands the POM scoring method, and he can help you get more business internally by correctly closing deals, how you market your deals, how your company is portrayed. Does the company, the TPA provider, do they know all your services? And when you provide a service, what was your score? Or are you talking to the right people? Are you doing the right things to get paid? There's literally hundreds of different things to get you up and running. That being said, a lot of people want to do the route of TPA. A lot of people want to go just what we call organic. That's just regular business, no TPA, regular marketing, regular bootstrapping and referrals. But I kind of explain it like this. Having a marketing plan is kind of like a 401k, okay? Some tactics are going to be more aggressive, and some tactics are going to be a little bit more conservative. It's great if you have a business of referrals and you've got a great lead generation systems in Google or perhaps some of the online lead sources. But the funny part is, I still feel like you should always have one or two TPAs in your back pocket, and either be doing some TPA business or a little bit more TPA business if you feel comfortable with it. Because when times are tough, TPAs are going to keep the lights on. They're going to keep a little bit of cash flow come through the business. And we can obviously explain more about that as we go along. But I just think it's something that you have to have in your quiver to say, yeah, we still do TPAs and there's still people sending us business. The margins might be a little bit lower from the outside of what most people think, but we can help you get your TPA margins up. And sometimes we can help you get them up significantly. But we need to work with you and look at what you've got right now to better understanding, have a better understanding of what you're capable of and what the possibilities are.
Yeah, I think the secret sauce is increasing the profitability when you're doing TPAs.
Correct.
Yeah. And what role does marketing play in the growth of restoration businesses? And how does it contribute to brand awareness, customer engagement, and increase the sales?
So from the marketing side, again, go back to what I initially said. The solution that works for the guy in Minneapolis may not work for the guy in Columbus, Ohio. The solution for the guy in Columbus, Ohio may not be working in Alpharetta, Georgia. So, we've got a good feel for most of these things. We've had clients go from major metropolitan areas and go out to a very rural area of suburbs and literally question if it was a good idea. And we have somebody that's been with us for almost 2 years that, I mean, he turned it into a gold mine. And then we've had people do it the other way too. We've had people go from a rural area into an urban area and say, hey, what the hell are you doing? Again, some of them have turned it into a gold mine. So it all depends on the marketing plan. The people you're hiring is huge. Really, eventually you should have a salesperson out there. Again, huge. You need somebody that's super motivated. And we've got job descriptions for just about every person you would hire. If you want to hire, a marketing manager, we've got a job description for it. If you want to hire a sales guy, we've got a job description for it. If you want to hire an operations manager, we've got a job description for it. But let me add to that, in the interim, as you're growing, we're very hands-on. Typically, what we would do is meet with you on a FaceTime call, and literally you'd say, hey, this is Keith, this is my operations manager, and I would help you sell the deal. Or Corey would do the same thing. You have a question about a large loss and a lot of equipment, Corey would help you do that. In the meantime, we've got several different marketing plans. We've kind of got an organic bootstrapping method. Last time Corey and I counted, we had over 60 organic marketing methods that are just things you can do. If you're willing to get out of bed at 5 a.m. and go out and bootstrap and do a lot of marketing, we can really help you. Whether it's a script to give to plumbers or it's just a script that you're going to work with insurance companies, we have scripts and we can tell you how to do it.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, this podcast sponsored by the Restoration Entrepreneur. So,
Sure.
what type of gift do you want to give our listeners? Maybe free first call, maybe free consultation, something like that.
Yeah, the first consult's always free. That's no problem. We'll throw you some tips, tricks, hints. We love being on the phone with our clients. So anytime you want to call us, my number's on the website. It's a direct access to me. And, if you have a current problem where you just want to feel us out on how the problem would work, or excuse me, the program would work, or if you just want to work with us and talk about some problems internally, both Corey and I can get on the phone with you and kind of, come up with a method on how we could potentially help you. But we're always available. You can call us anytime. We're not going to charge you. It's just talk to us, figure out what plan could potentially work, and find out. Also, we'd ask you a lot of questions about your business and try to make some suggestions on what might potentially work. And have you tried this area? Have you tried that area? What have you been doing with plumbers? What have you been doing with insurance agents? How are you marketing that? Are you using LinkedIn? Are you using Facebook? Are you using Google AdWords? We have a pretty good idea of what works and what doesn't.
Awesome. So yeah, don't hesitate to call the Restoration Entrepreneur. Just check out our website, growmyrestoration.com. And
Thanks.
Can you explain the key features, the benefits of the Restoration Entrepreneurs Startup Program for restoration businesses, and how it helps businesses achieve massive success in their first year?
So this should almost be a podcast in and of itself, but for the new guys out there, we specifically market to plumbers, carpet cleaners, and handyman or contractors who may or may have not done a mitigation job or may have not done a rebuild. So Coincidentally, we also have a lot of guys that were former accountants or financial planners that were looking at books, restoration companies over the years and found out that, hey, these companies are basically recession proof. So we've helped accountants get into the business. We've helped carpet cleaners, a lot of carpet cleaners get into the business. It's a great business to be in, and it's a great gateway into restoration and mitigation. If you're in carpet cleaning, we need to talk because we can help double or triple your business.
Wow.
And then, of course, plumbers that want to get into business, we can help you too. Huge opportunity for plumbers to get into the business. And it's very hands-on. We'll help you from education. We'll help you with IICRC questions. We'll help you with all the questions related to starting a business. I mean, we'll even help, we've helped guys that didn't even have an LLC. You know, we help guys get an LLC, get all their, everything registered for their particular state, because it's different in every state. We help guys learn a little bit more of the business. And then what we do that's different than anybody else is we'll literally walk you through a job. You know, you have a home that has a loss in the kitchen. We'll help you break down the mitigation. We'll help you break down the demo. We'll help you explain the rebuild, and or maybe you need to sub the rebuild out, but we'll help you every step of the way. We'll walk you through every part of the process, from mitigation to negotiating with the insurance company, to doing the estimate, to doing the rebuild, closing it out, and getting paid. We'll help you through every single step. So again, carpet cleaners, contractors, anybody that hasn't even seen the business, but they want to know more about doing it because they know it's recession proof. We've coached almost everybody that I can potentially think of. We've done several accountants. We've done several carpet cleaners. We've done several guys that just wanted to get into business that came from marketing. So from the most technical guy that knows how to do construction to the guys that were in potentially a marketing capacity, but they want to market a restoration business because they know how to market and they want to get into this and they need help on the technical side. We've helped from both ends of the spectrum to everybody in between, the people that are already in resto, but they want to grow. So we pretty much helped everybody 360.
That's impressive. And our last question for today: in what ways does the Mature Growth business process coaching guide restoration business owners on doubling or doubling or tripling their business in 2 years or less?
Sure, we have. This works for people that have been in the restoration industry and they've heard that there's a lot of private equity and funds going around acquiring restoration businesses. About a year and a half, 2 years ago, this was running rampant. I mean, it was crazy. Everybody was getting acquired a couple of years ago. And it's still happening now. It's just not as prevalent as it was a couple of years ago. But a lot of you guys are getting bought up. A lot of you guys are at a point in your life where you're thinking about selling. In both situations, call us free for a free consultation. Just call. You're the kind of guys we really love to talk to. We know so many people in the industry. I mean, it's crazy, but we might be able to get you a higher offer if you're willing to sell. And then if you're looking at private equity or somebody's talking to you about selling, you must talk to us just for a few minutes to understand your valuation, to understand what the business might potentially sell for, to understand kind of what your books look like. We can help you reinforce and potentially get your company up and look like it's making another $500,000 or $800,000 in 5 or 6 months. But we need to talk. There's a lot of things to do. Corey's been through several mergers and been on the inside. I've been on the outside. Actually, both of us have. We've been on the inside and outside of several different mergers. Corey's been in a few multi-million-dollar, $100 million plus mergers. So he's been in a few acquisitions that I believe were over 50 million as well. So you need to talk to us about your books, even if it's just a few minutes. You may be able to benefit from something we've seen in another acquisition or sale. It's just worth a 15-minute conversation. It might help you make another 200,000, 500,000, who knows how much more, but it's worth a quick discussion to see if you dotted all your I's, crossed all your T's, and what your books look like when you send them to them and what they're offering on you on those books as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you for sharing all these great insights with us.
Sure.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully somebody will take action.
Not a problem, man. I appreciate it. And again, if anybody has questions, call me. I'm Keith Lewis, 561. Excuse me, Keith Lewis, 561-908-1819.
Okay, thanks so much, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, see you later.